Honestly, what are you going to do with your day other than listening to the Ron Van Dam Show? Just sit on Instagram for hours looking at memes? Oh, have you seen the one with the monkey eating the banana? It's the cutest little thing, and you can hear his little lips going num, 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 and it's got this cutest music in the background. Oh my God, I have to send it to you. I will do that right after this. You are listening to the Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Oh my God.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I can prove it. Listen, there you go. See, I told you. It is my distinct and honored pleasure to be performing for you for the next half hour. So make yourself comfortable, and I shall do so. Unlike Apple TV, Hulu, and all those things, this is going to cost you absolutely nothing. Don't you love free stuff? I am free. I'm also into free love, but let's not go there right now. You're looking especially good today. What happened? What did you do? Did you comb your hair? Oh my God, you did. You look wonderful. Did you use the underarm deodorant today? Because you don't stink to high heaven anymore. No, that smell like somebody had died under your arms, it's not there anymore. This is great. Yeah, the compliments are flying today, aren't they? You betcha. Hey, before we get started, let me mention some of the wonderful people that make this show possible. Me, I just show up. That's not a big deal, really. I had nothing else to do anyway, and this is where I was going to go anyway. But these people didn't have to do this. There's your announcer, John Shanahan, comedy writer extraordinaire. Also the announcer of the program, does many of the comedy bits on the show. John Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen. Then there's a lovely and talented Nicole Reed. Oof, oof. She's that British voice that you hear at the beginning of the program, but she's not really that British. And she also books many of the national interviews that we do on this particular thing that I call the show. And then there's the lovely and talented other people. There's Jason Shaw, whose music you're listening to. He does our opening and closing themes for this program. Jason Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. On the guitar. He's on the guitar. All right, and there's Julie Cochran doing some of the voiceovers. She's incredible. You're incredible. I'm incredible. We're all incredible. Everybody's incredible. This is going to be a great day. I've gotten into that. A couple of shows ago, I told you, my friend told me that, to wake up every day and say it's going to be a great day, and then, whatever. But, at least you're pumping yourself up for something, It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool in a way. Psychology is everything. It's not what things really are. It's what they appear to be. Oh, my God, that should be on a T-shirt. Or on underpants. I don't know which. But that is an incredible, it's true. It's not the way things really are. It's what they appear to be. It's what they are to you. Very important. Very important. The world exists through your eyes. Not through his eyes, not through her eyes, my God. No, they exist only through your eyes. And if you put a smile on your face and put your shoulders back, then you feel better, and that's all that matters. Because, listen to me, because when you feel better, everybody reacts. Oh, look at him, he feels good. I've told this story so many times before, and I guess I'll never stop telling it because it was so influential to me. I was living in New York City, the city of millions of people on every street corner. I mean, it's just packed with people. And I don't particularly care for people, to be honest with you, because humanity has disappointed me to the greatest extent possible. Yet there are people walking the globe, and I've realized I have to get along with a lot of them. They influence, they do things, and I'm stuck with it. So I'm walking down the street in New York City, and I don't remember where I'm going. I'm just walking down the street in New York City. They're all the same. They all look the same. Coming from the opposite direction is this young lady. She's attractive. She's about my age. At this time in my life, I was not hooked up with any female. At this time, I was a free floater. And I was walking down the street, and she's walking in the other direction toward me. And she's going somewhere, and I'm going somewhere in opposite directions. And as she's coming closer to me, maybe about 10 feet away, my eyes move in her direction, and I take a glance at her, and I put a gigantic smile on my face. And I don't know why. I just felt good. And she, at the same time, glanced at me walking toward her, not to see her, but, to pass. And she smiles at me with this, hello, how are you? Good to see you kind of smile. No words are spoken, just the glance, just the eyes and the smile. And we looked at each other for no more than, I would say, 2 seconds and continued walking in opposite directions. Never saw her again, and that was the end of it. But that smile between her and me, I don't know who the hell she was. That made my day. It made my entire day. And here I am talking about it decades and decades later. It still, to this day, teaches me a lesson. And that is, Ron, I'm talking about myself. Ron, if you put your shoulders back, stand up straight, walk like you own that sidewalk, and put a smile on your face, good stuff happens. It's true. It's what you put out is what you get back. Now, I'm not here to pontificate. That's the Pope's job. Although I think I could do it better at this point, but besides the point. I'm just saying, this show is like a comedy satire, grumpy old man show, but at the same time, it's like full of real and interesting observances. Give it a try sometime. Just when you're walking around, just say, "I'll put my shoulders back. I'm gonna stick my chest out. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna comb my hair." And it's unbelievable what happens when you do that. Instead of people like you walking around in sweatpants and hair all over your face and tons of makeup, looking like Bozo the Clown, and looking down and looking grumpy and busy, that don't go nowhere, baby. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. That's going nowhere. That ain't going. That whole thing is going nowhere. Just saying. Anyway, I have an interesting guest coming up later in the program, but right now that's not happening because this is earlier on in the program. How are you? How are you? Seriously, I care about you. Because if something happens to you, I have one less listener, and that could be catastrophic in the long run, especially if that happens in large volumes. So I do care about you for my own purposes. So that's, it's enough. It's something. It's something, right? We all do things for our own purposes. Oh, we do. And don't kid yourself. And it's okay. When people say, I like to give to other people, I only like to make other people happy, and I like to donate and give of myself and volunteer. That's great. Everybody should do that. Oh, everybody should do that. But you got to understand, there's an element in there that makes you feel good about yourself, and that's for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can be selfish. You can, if that makes you happy and you have good feelings from helping other people, then do it because it's for them, yes, but it's really for you because you feel good about yourself. Or you like the adulation that other people give you. Oh, you've just donated $200 to our cause. Thank you very much. Well, you're very, very welcome. I love to help other people and make donations. No. Well, yes, but you also love to have other people thank you. It makes you feel good. You know, without you, we couldn't be researching this disease. I know that. By the way, as far as donations, I'm all over the map today. I always am. Making donations, it's a wonderful thing because, you know, pretty soon the government isn't going to do shit for you. So we're going to have to do it for each other. Businesses are going to have to step up and start making donations themselves, and they should do that all the time. You make money, you should give money away too. If you make money and you have extra, give it away. Give it away. Do something like that. That's how we're supposed to be operating here in society, you know. Not hoarding, but sharing. Anyway, once a week, I get in the mail from some type of organization. One of them is the March of Dimes. They do good stuff, but seriously, leave me alone. Leave me alone. The March of Dimes, there's other children's stuff, other charities. They send me mail, and in the mail, they put like 3 or 4 dimes or 6 pennies. I mean, but, you know, 3 or 4 dimes, that's 40 cents. You know, why are you sending me money in the mail? It's to manipulate me, to make me feel guilty. Don't work with this guy, babe. It don't work with this guy. Do I take that money and put it in my pocket? No, that would be like awful. But I'll tell you something. I ain't donating to people that say, please give me money, and at the same time, they send me money. You don't understand what this is about here. If you didn't send me 4 dimes and like probably 10, 20 million people 4 dimes, you'd have a lot of money for your research. And I told you this before. I had the March of Dimes on the show about like 15 years ago. And I had balls. I had balls back then. I still do, but on that particular show, I had bigger balls. And I said to this March of Dimes representative, why do you send people money in the mail? If you kept the money, you'd have all that money. Why do you do that? How is that a marketing scheme? And she says to me, this woman who was representing the March of Dimes, she says, well, that actually works very well. When we do that, we get it back tenfold. Okay, whatever. Not for me, but whatever. So that's what society does. Right? Make society feel guilty, and they shall give. I mean, that's no way to do it. I think that's pitiful, but whatever the case may be. I'm just saying. You're probably disagreeing with me and say, Ron, that was a heartless little segment you just did about the March of Dimes. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, don't send me money in the mail. Don't play with me. Don't play. Don't try to make me feel bad about myself. Like, oh, they gave me 4 dimes. I have to give them at least $40. And then there's other charities. Oh my God, you're nice enough to give money to them, and then they send you something in the mail saying, thank you for your donation. Please give me more. Or they say, we can bill you every month. You can give $40 a month on a regular payment plan. We can take it right out of your checking account. What the hell do you think this is? What the hell do you think this is? Do you think I bought a dishwasher and I'm paying the dishwasher back interest free over 6 years? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't set me up on a payment plan to make a donation. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? And the answer is, well, Ron, a lot of people go on that payment plan for donations. Oh, gosh. All right. I know. I'm getting into areas that are probably pissing people off, but I'm just telling you, donation is not supposed to work like that, like they take it out of your checking account once a month. I mean, that's not supposed to work like that. That's not the way donations work. And you don't send me money in the mail to get money from me. That doesn't work either. I mean, just let's go back to the nice thing. Could you give me money? Sure, here. Okay, we'll leave you alone for a long time. Thank you. As soon as you donate to an organization, not everyone, but some of them, they will start hounding you continually through phone calls, texts, through the mail, because you are the kind of person they have now designated as a donator. You're a target now. As soon as you give, you've opened yourself up to being hounded by them continually. Give more, thanks, but give more, thanks, but give more, thanks. We appreciate it, but give more. Let's set up a payment plan. I mean, stop me. Just stop. And you know what happens when you do that to me? I stop donating to you. This was not for you to bother me and market me. That was not the intent of my donation. That was not the intent. I'll give you money, then you can bother the hell out of me as many times as you wish on a regular basis. That was not the deal. I did not sign any contracts to that extent. Shall I donate to your organization in the future? No way. No way. So be careful, donation organizations. Look, we got to get money any way we can to continue our research. Don't do it that way. You don't understand. But I guess it's just me you're bothering me. Other people like to be bothered, so whatever. This whole world is a whatever right now, you know. And guess who's president of the United States? Whatever. I mean, whatever, really. Seriously, God, whatever. All right, whatever. A lot of people are happy right now because spring is just around the corner. If you look around the corner. There it is. Here it comes. Spring is just around the corner. It's getting warm in certain parts of this country even now as we speak. So people are really happy about that. They can't wait for the allergies and the bugs and the flies and the little gnats and the mosquitoes and all those wonderful things and the pollen. Pollen's fun. Oh, it's great to wake up in the morning, and when you have a black car and you get up in the morning, you look out the window and there's your car. Now it's yellow and green. How did that happen? Did someone do a paint job? No, it's pollen. It's pollen. Breathe that in and have a nice day, huh? People are very excited about the spring. Yeah. Oh, now I can go out. You could have gone out in the winter, too. There was no law that said, oh, no, unless the weather's nice, I can't go out. That's not true. But some people, I do know a lot of people. That's the end of the sentence. I do know a lot of people who actually get depressed during the winter. Yes, they get very depressed. How are you? Oh, it's the winter. I'm just short of killing myself by 1 month. It's just awful. It's cold out. It's bleak. I can't live. I can't live like this. I can't exist anymore. I can't live in the winter. It gets dark so early. I can't. And when it gets dark, I get sick and I curl up in the corner of a room and I feel close to death. When it gets dark early, I don't know what to do. Hey, here's an idea. Turn the lights on. Do everything you were going to do, only turn the lights on also. But it's cold outside in the winter, and it's so depressing when it's cold. Put a coat on. Wear warmer clothing. Some people love the winter. They love to ski, and they love to ski, and they love to ski. All those things in the winter. You have a snowball fight. Who doesn't love that for no reason whatsoever? We can build a snowman on the front lawn. That's got to cheer you up. I can't live in the winter. It gets dark so early. I can't see anything. You know, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and it's dark already. Oh my God, oh my God. All right, stop it. I think we should do away with daylight savings time, DSL. I think it's absurd. Arizona got rid of it. Good for you, Arizona. Stop changing the clocks back and forth. What the hell's wrong with you people? Do you think it's all right? Maybe it's a little off-putting for it to get dark at 4:30 in the afternoon, but it's also off-putting for it to be light out at 9:30 at night. I mean, that depresses me. I mean, I want to go to bed. I don't want to have to squint to go to bed. Get room darkening shades at 10 o'clock at night so I can go to bed. I mean, that's depressing to me. It's too much sunlight. And believe me, my dermatologist says you have to put a truckload of suntan oil and suntan lotion on your body in order to go outside at all. I mean, I can't even go outside when it's really sunny out. I have to put all this stuff on, otherwise you get skin cancer. And the older you get, the more that pops up. So don't tell me this sun stuff. But I love the summer, Ron. I love the sweltering heat to the point where I can't even breathe. I love sweat pouring down my face onto my cleavage. It's fun. Look, stop it. Why don't you just live somewhere where the season's the same all the time? When you can celebrate Christmas when it's 70 degrees outside. Merry Christmas. I'm coming down your chimney. I know it's 75 degrees outside, but I'm coming down your chimney anyway. You don't even have a chimney. There's no point. It's so hot, there's no point to having a chimney. Really, what are you going to do with a chimney if it's hot outside all the time? So don't give me that. Do away with daylight savings time. Go back to the standard stuff. Live with it and shut up. Oh, you people annoy me. All right, my guest is going to join me momentarily. But before my guest does something like that, would do something like that, first, there's this.
Gentlemen, have you ever been in the mood for a nice knish or maybe bagel in the schmear, but you're also in the mood for some exotic dancing? You can't find those in the same place. Until now. I'm Moishe Kaufman, inviting you to come visit us at Moishe's Knish and Strippers, the area's first genuine kosher deli and titty bar. Come in and rock out with your locks out and check out our dancers. These girls are so nice you'll plots, and they're all certified kosher. Maybe not the kind of girl you bring home to mother, but once you see Delia fold a dollar bill without using her hands, you won't care what mom thinks. Look, Bubby, you're in a strip club. That alone is enough to kill her, so live a little. Every Thursday, don't miss our buns and brisket buffet from noon to 6. Moishe's Knish and Strippers is closed on the Sabbath. Hey, we might be a little unorthodox, but we're not heathens.
Sergeant Claudia Napier joins us now. She's with the Army National Guard. And thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Ron. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, we're talking about the National Guard. You know, I do a lot of interviews about military opportunities and experiences. We don't talk about the National Guard too much, but it's quite an amazing situation because you're actually helping out the communities that are in the country. How long have you been with the National Guard?
So I've actually been with the National Guard since about 2017, the end of 2017. So a little bit after I graduated high school.
Excellent. And is this a weekend situation or is it a full-time?
So currently I do have a full-time position. I was, for the first, portion of my contract, I was just doing the whole 1 week in a month, a couple weeks during the summer. But recently I've actually just been doing it full time. I really enjoy, putting on this uniform, and I really enjoy my job. So I'm really honored to be able to come here and speak about the National Guard and, the passion that I have for it with you today.
Sure. Do you have a specialty or a certain area that you deal with in service?
So I'm actually a military police officer, which is actually called a 31 Bravo. We do a lot of numbers and letters in the military. So that is the path that I chose whenever I signed up for the Army National Guard.
I have a friend who has been with the Guard for about 5 years, and she does weekends, and she just loves it. She said she'd do it and as long as she can. There's a passion there.
No, absolutely. That's awesome that she, gets to actually live that dual life in that part-time service. Because that's exactly what we were talking about today. Is just those opportunities that even one weekend can give somebody. So that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear somebody in the Guard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess there's a new campaign that you're promoting here called "Uncommon is Calling." What does that mean?
Yes. So Uncommon is Calling is really just supposed to showcase, like you said, the dual life, right? So going the 1 weekend a month, kind of living your everyday life, sitting in traffic, going to work like everybody else, sitting at your desk all day, typing away, but then also being able to go that 1 weekend a month and get those, real life experiences or those real life skills really implemented in you, with the certain morals that we have in the Army National Guard, and really just being able to have uncommon experiences that maybe the everyday person wouldn't be able to have or wouldn't be able to even see or know about. So that's really the big thing that the Uncommon is Calling campaign is really supposed to showcase.
Yeah. So this is, I guess this is a way of, as you've put it very eloquently, it's a way of doing both things at the same time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay. At what age do most people consider this career path?
Personally, I considered it when I was a little bit younger, but we get people in all the way from the age of 17 as a junior in high school all the way up to now, I believe the age is like up to 40. So we have a large tunnel that we can, try and get people in, try and, make people's lives better, trying to maybe, I hear a lot of, I almost, joined the service or I wanted to, but it's really those people that I really like talking to that, they still have that opportunity, even though they think it's, gone. Age is nothing but a number, right? So I really enjoy speaking to all ages, just telling them the opportunities that would still be helpful to them. And even, a little bit older of a generation, even their kids. There's a lot of things that you can pass on to your kids through the Guard, which people really aren't aware of. And then obviously the younger generation, I was pretty confused when I was a young kid, didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I feel like that's a pretty, typical thing for, young kids to not really know where they want to go or not know the opportunities that they actually have out there and the opportunities that the Army National Guard would be able to give them, including all of those uncommon experiences that they wouldn't be able to, do otherwise.
Yeah, it says here that there are over 150 various career paths and in fields of all different kinds of things. And that's a good stepping stone into any kind of career, I suppose.
Absolutely. Like we have jobs from the medical field, flying, aviation. Yeah. I myself am law enforcement. We have transportation, truck drivers, engineers. We have culinary specialists. Everything that's under the sun, and we really like to showcase that we have all of those different jobs because a lot of them do coincide with the civilian side of life. So if somebody does want to be in the medical field, as their full-time job, coming over to the National Guard and getting that real-life experience and that real-life training kind of puts you above your peers that might also be trying to get, certain positions in hospitals that you're also trying to get. So it's really that best of both worlds kind of thing with the National Guard.
And I understand there are benefits like tuition assistance, home buying support, it says here. all sorts of training. So it goes even beyond that.
Absolutely. I personally actually bought my first home when I was 23 years old, which, especially nowadays, is kind of unheard of, right? So, imagine graduating college and you're buying your first home. I mean, that's kind of like a dream to some people, and I'm so appreciative for the Guard to give me that opportunity and be able to, actually, take classes. I'm actually trying to get my real estate license, which is something that the Guard is also going to pay for. Any sort of credentialing, any sort of, extra schooling that you might want. It's a state dependent, but like the Guard pays for a lot of things that people just wouldn't even think of.
Well, sounds pretty convincing to me, but let's find out how we can actually take advantage of this. Is there somebody to call or visit, or how do we do this?
Absolutely. So anyone that's wanting any more information, you can request that information at nationalguard.com. You can also call 1-800-GO-GUARD. And then we also have an Instagram page with a lot of more information on there at National Guard. So there's a few different ways to go about getting more information.
Excellent. Well, she's Sergeant Claudia Napier with the Army National Guard, and thank you so much for your time today. Well, thank you to my guest. Thank you to you. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. Will you join me then? He said rhetorically. You will? Good. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.